lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the party.
Good morning and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this morning. I hope it finds you well today. It is Saturday, the day before the big game. Yes, it is the day before the big game tomorrow. And they are hurting already. They are hurting already. We're going to dive into a fantastic news story. And it's the irony. It is the irony of this news story this morning, which I find completely bizarre. We're going to dive into a fantastic news story. And it's what you would expect. It's what you would expect from them. Let's just dive straight into that story. There was breaking news coming out of Celtic yesterday, so I'm going to do this in the right order. Yesterday, Celtic are pleased to announce a 3-year contract extension with Dafabet. Yep, with Dafabet. This will become the longest shut partnership in the club's history, running 12 consecutive seasons since first making an appearance on the kit in the 2016-2017 season. Celtic put Dafabet initially joined the international betting partner in 2015, extending the club's relationship with the company for a total of 13 years. As well as a hugely important commercial partner throughout the club's partnership, Dafabet has shown an unwavering commitment to the Celtic FC Foundation, donating front of the sponsorship space to the Celtic Foundation and its association's appeal, and it's the associated appeals by the foundation, donating match tickets to range to local causes, gifting play on the park, rights to supporters, and lots of other things. Head of sponsorship at Dafabet said, "We are very happy to be extending our partnership with Celtic FC. To be the longest front shirt sponsor is such an iconic club like Glasgow Celtic, and the worldwide recognition that does." I think back to when 2016, 2017, it was an invincible season and we were the first on the shirt. It is somewhat surreal. Yes, an invincible season. And can we get another invincible season this year? Well, they're thinking otherwise. And yes, Barry Ferguson said it. Oh, he did. He said, "We're back. The Rangers are back, man. We're back. We'll short them out tomorrow. We're back." Well, that's going to come back to bite them in the bum, hopefully. But anyway, Chief Executive of Celtic, Michael Nicholson, went on to say, "Dafabet have been a hugely important partner for the club for so many years. We are delighted to agree this new extension. As a partner which also demonstrated a real and meaningful commitment to the charitable and community dimensions of Celtic FC, and we extremely appreciative of that. It's through the club's strong fundamentals we continue to be able to attract and deliver such quality partnerships through agreements such as this one we announced today. We look ahead with confidence and we thank Dafabet for their continued commitment to Celtic FC." Yes, that is the commitment from one of our sponsors to give us even more and more money. And next up is Keith Jackson. They always roll out the old ones for the big games. Yes, and they'll see this as a big game. First in the league plays third in the league in a cup final. But hats off to them. They think that they're back. And to be fair for Keith Jackson, he's going for a Celtic win. So that's enough of that. A big shout out to everyone who has donated, first of all, before we go any further. And oh, that's not that one. That's covered up in a minute. This one, the Celtic Foundation. Yes, on Boxing Day, we are raising money for the Celtic Foundation. We'll be doing it live. We are on for a minimum of 1 hour as it stands just now. That'll go on. It'll go on just to try and create as much awareness as possible on the day. We are sitting at £1,075, which is a fantastic amount of money raised so far by you, the fans. And it means so much to me that you, the fans, have dipped into your pocket at such a hard time of year. A lot of people are under pressure financially at this time of year, and it is a massive, massive respect to everyone who has donated and pledged just a little bit of money. And the fact that we do have £1,075 in the bank for the Celtic Foundation already is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And I think that will only get bigger and bigger. And then on the day, hopefully the donations will come flooding in on the day, which, like, even if it's £2, it's more than enough. You know, every little bit helps the Celtic Foundation and their Christmas appeal. And so thank you to everyone who has donated to the One Celtic Fans View Boxing Day Live. Yes, the Boxing Day Live. And to the person that said it's no Boxing Day, it's whatever. It's, well, where I stay, Boxing Day is not a thing. Christmas Day is not a thing. You know, we celebrate Three Kings Day, which is in January. So, yeah. Anyway, each to their own. Right, let's get enough of that. We've done that one. And on to the next segment of the video. I'm going to go to this one first of all. Because, yes... before we go into the complaint, there has been a complaint about a Celtic flag. Barry Ferguson has done it. He said, "My hand on my heart, I must admit, I wasn't looking forward to this. Just a couple of weeks ago, man, like, I put a wee Neddy accent on it, pure dead brilliant, man. Right? I was even dreading the thought of it. And a bus trip from Ibrox to Hampden, man. And we were on a hiding and nothing with the Rangers, but we are the people. We are back. We are back. The Premier Sports Cup was ours last season. It's yours again this season. You've got to be gritting through your teeth to just get to this game. See, now before we go any further, I can hear the Celtic fans singing. Oh, here we go, man. Barry Ferguson's lost the plot. Anyway, Barry Ferguson's having a little bit of a meltdown, but he says, "Rangers are back." Yeah, he's crying that the zombies are coming out there. It's too early for them. It's daylight. They need to wait till tomorrow morning. Yes, but he said, "It's been a disappointing season so far." Oh, he actually said that. He said it. There's still lots of improving to do with this team. Although it's been a disappointing start to the season. Oh, fucking disappointing start to the season. Which takes us on to the next segment. It does take us on to the next segment of this video. And before I decided what the video was going to be about today, I was going to talk about Brendan Rodgers and about the team, and we'll talk about that in a second. But the first comment that I seen when I logged onto YouTube this morning was this. No, it wasn't. It was this. "The farmer's so far. Why didn't you get him? Why didn't you get him?" So I was like, "What a fanny!" And I was like, "What an absolute fanny!" And I was like, you get up first thing in the morning and you go into YouTube and you're going to just put, "The famine's over. Why don't use?" And I'm like, ooze? Why don't ooze go home? The famine's over, why don't ooze? Is he French? Maybe William's French and he's a bit confused. Or maybe he's Dutch. Did the Dutch go, "Do you ooze?" Maybe he's, I don't know. I blame the schools, to be honest. Yeah, I blame the schools. Yeah, that's segregation in schools these days. I mean, imagine Protestants having their own schools. Fucking ridiculous. I mean, what they're thinking of. They should be integrated into Catholic schools all day long, and then they wouldn't have to put up with this nonsense online. I tell you, it's a different story altogether. And then the next story that I did see. Oh, this fucking cracker. Oh, this. So, the headline. "Flag flown at Celtic match. Celtic Park probed as hate crime." It's a tricolour, and it says, "We will never be mastered by those orange bastards." Yes, I said it. Go and complain to whatever TV company. "We will never be mastered by those orange bastards." Police have been investigating a flag which was waved at Celtic Park as possible hate crime. And guess who it was? God, the irony. Guess who made the complaint? The flag was seen in the section housing away support during Celtic versus Hibernian. Yes, it wasn't even Celtic fans. No, it wasn't Celtic fans that fucking had the flag. The flag was seen in the section housing away support during the Celtic versus Hibernian game. Come on, you hives. Get in there. The Hibees are at it again. You're dancer, man. A number of days later, after the match, the Orange Order made a complaint to the police about the banner. Yes. Yep, the green, white, and orange tricolour flag with the Heart of Midlothian logo in the banner, and it said, "We will never be mastered by no orange bastard," printed on it. Come on, you Hibs. Oh, absolutely brilliant. So the Orange Order are in complete meltdown. Anyway, when you when you look at it, they've been watching a Celtic game and Celtic Hibs game, and the Orange Order have made a complaint about hate crime. Fucking Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Yes. The Orange Order have made a complaint about hate crime at Celtic Park. This is the same organisation that marches past Catholic churches and sings up to their knees in Fenian Bloods, just to name such a few other songs. So big up the Hibernian for saying, "We'll never be mastered by you orange bastards," on a flag at Celtic Park. Big up the Hibees. That's what I say. And I think it's absolutely hilarious. And big up William. Famine's over. Why don't you? The famine's over. Why don't you go home? Maybe he is French. The famine's over. Why don't you go home? Well, maybe. Well, my Uncle William, he was man of orange, you know. Anyway, that's enough of that nonsense. I just thought it would get us in the mood for a fantastic weekend of football. Yes, and it is a fantastic occasion. We are back to Hampden, a place that the manager has a lot of success at. He has had a lot of success, the manager, at Hampden, and may that continue. Now, before we go on, there is currently 174 people on. There's only 20 thumbs up. Make sure I'm starting the square sausage order. No sausage on a roll. Oh dear. Right, enough of that nonsense. Anyway, let's get back on to the big news. Yes, the big news. Can't believe that the Orange Order actually made a complaint about a flag, a tricolour, with the Heart of Midlothian logo at the centre, with a target on it, saying, "We'll never be mastered by no orange bastard," and it was put up by the Hibees. Oh, absolutely brilliant. Anyway, let's talk about the game tomorrow, because that is why we're all here, and then we're going to listen to Brendan Rodgers and, yes, Paolo Bernardo. Maybe it was, I could have been. Anyway, the team for tomorrow. I think that the team for tomorrow will be the fact that Brendan Rodgers did say yesterday that Ali Johnson should be fine for the game. There's only one keeper at Celtic that can start this game tomorrow, and it's obvious choice, and it is Kasper Schmeichel. Will Kasper Schmeichel add to his 16 clean sheets of the season? Yes, 16 clean sheets of the season since joining Celtic. The Denmark international, who has aspirations in the World Cup. Oh, the World Cup, they're talking about that. Kasper does want to get to the World Cup, and the matches have been put out for that. If you're interested, just because Kasper's an international goalkeeper. Anyway, Alistair Johnson will be starting at right back. Because let's face it, if we start with anyone else, we'll be on to a hiding, I think. Alistair Johnson will start, even though he did do a little bit of training yesterday. Brendan Rodgers said he is back on the pitch, which is all good. On beside him is going to be the leader of the pack at the back, and that's Cameron Carter-Vickers. Cameron Carter-Vickers with Austin Trusty. I think that he will go with Austin Trusty because it's a pairing of pace, and Brendan Rodgers has spoke about the fact that he does like pace at the back, and we'll need that on Sunday, because I do think that they are going to try and sort of suck us out a bit and let us have a little bit of the ball in midfield and then try and hit us on the break. The hardest decision will be, will Greg Taylor start over Alex Baye? That's the big one, isn't it? Greg Taylor not covering himself in glory during the week there, but I think Greg Taylor might just get the nod. I give Greg Taylor the game on Tuesday because I thought the manager will go with experience, and I think he might just do that again. and he is still trying to get Greg. If not, if we'll wait and see. But I just think he might go with Greg Taylor over Alex Baye due to his experience in the game, and it's going to be a rough and tumble game, and that's why I don't think he'll go with Alex Baye, because I think that they will target the left back area and they'll try and rough up some players, and there'll be some heavy tackles right at the beginning of this game. Watch this space. Let's say I said it first. Greg Taylor, if he starts, well, it is what it is, really, isn't it? Callum McGregor, Calmac, he's been there and done it before, and he's been pretty successful at Hampden, has Calmac, and he's played with some fantastic teams. He'll want to go in his own right. Callum has set targets as captain to be one of very few captains to win a treble. There's not many captains at Celtic that have won trebles. When you look back the great illustrious history of Celtic FC, there's not many other captains of any clubs in Scotland actually that have held up the big cup aloft. Yes, the European trophy. Yep, 67 Celtic done that. Calmac wants to go on to be as just as good trophy haul as any other Celtic captain, and he will start the game. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Rio Hatate. Do we start Rio in the midfield after his lacklustre performance? That's all you can say it was, a lacklustre performance during the week. Will he start Hatate over Engels? I think he might start Hatate because he knows that Hatate's got that one pass. And let's face it, Hatate does like playing against the Sevconians. So I'm not too sure who's going to start in beside him. Will it be Arne Engels or will it be Paulo Bernardo? I've got a sneaky feeling it might be Paulo Bernardo. But then Arne Engels was rested, you could say, for the Champions League game. So will he come back in? He does have the energy to... Is he a little bit faster than Paulo Bernardo? I don't know. Paulo Bernardo's absolutely solid in that midfield. And then it just all depends who's going to play with Callum McGregor, Rio Hatate. Will it be Arne Engels or will it be Paulo Bernardo? I'm not too sure. Up front speaks for itself. It's three players that are pretty much guaranteed the position every week, and that's why Brendan Rodgers does want to bring in Johnny Kenny into the fold at Celtic to see if he can put some pressure on Rio and on Dyson Maeda and Adam Ida, because we do need that third choice striker just to give the two strikers that we do have a little bit of food for thought, because they both know, look, if I'm not playing them on the bench, I do think that we need that third striker just to put a little bit of pressure on both our strikers to make them play better and push them up and be even scoring more goals. But anyway, I think the front three will be Nicholas Kuhn, Dyson Maeda and Kyogo Furuhashi. I think that will be the team. And I think it'll be strong enough to beat that lot on the day. Tell me what you think in the comments section. I'm just... Calmac, Hatate and Bernardo says, Jason, start Rio and Paulo for me. I think... I can't... Sunday's going to be a phenomenal day. It's going to be an absolutely phenomenal day. And then I've just got a funny feeling. I do just have a funny feeling. Anyway, it's that time of the day after the hilarity of the beginning of the video. We're going to listen to Brendan. Well, we're going to listen to Paulo Bernardo first, because he's the kind of man of the moment.
Feeling ahead of the big game?
I think everyone is happy and excited to play another final for this club.
You must have such special memories of the last final at the end of last season. What do you remember about that day?
It's really good to win, so it was a very good memory.
You've got to remember, I'm just butting in there, sorry, Paulo. Just butting in on top of Paulo, you've got to remember that it was the Paulo Bernardo shot in the second half, closing minutes of the game at Hampden. It was his shot from outside the goal, and Brendan Rodgers will remember that. You know, Rio Hatate doesn't shoot as much from outside the box. Paulo Bernardo took the ball from midfield and went past a couple of Rangers players, taking a massive shot from away outside the box. The goalkeeper parried it, and in comes Adalmeida and scores a goal for Celtic to win the Scottish Cup. Yes, I remember that day in May. It was absolutely fantastic, and I think that it does give the manager food for thought, doesn't it?
Last season I won 2 titles, my first 2 in my career, so it was a lot of good memories. To end the season with a title, the all hard work that we did had a trophy to win, so it was very good.
You played such a big part that day. How much does that give you the taste for it and the desire to go and do it again this weekend?
It was a lot of good. It's a final. I think everyone wants to play the finals and enjoy the moment. I did last time. We won and we enjoy a lot. It was very good for us. And we want to do the same.
This was the only trophy that got away from you domestically last season. How much do you want to put that right this season?
When I arrived, Celtic wasn't in the competition already, so I didn't have a taste for it, but I have now, and I want to win another trophy for this club. Yeah.
Yes, he does. He wants to win another trophy for the club. Now let's listen to Brendan Rodgers and just get.
Do you know about these futuristic lights that have been made?
Update from Brendan Rodgers about the squads and about his thoughts on the game for the cup final.
Brendan, how's the squad looking then ahead of this big cup final?
Squad is healthy. Yeah, we expect Ali to be okay. He was out on the pitches this afternoon, so yeah, should be hopefully everyone fit and available.
How big a boost is that? Because I'm sure fans would have been perhaps worried, and he missed a part of training today. They're perhaps worried that he wouldn't make it. How big a boost to have?
Yeah, it was just an extra bit of recovery for him, really. Naturally, he's been an outstanding player for us over the course of his time here, and in particular this season, he's been instrumental in our work. So, but yeah, speaking to him earlier, and obviously out on the pitch, he was fine. So we expect him to be okay.
What's the overall feeling then? Because you play a familiar opponent, and you and your team have various experiences of cup success. So what does this one feel like building up to?
Like everyone, it's a really special game. Celtic Rangers final. Obviously, we had one a number of months back in the Scottish Cup final, and so there's always a great build up to them, and always a real excitement about the games. For us, it's a special game, but it's the next game and the next game that we want to win, and so that is our mindset going into it. We've enjoyed Hampden. We've enjoyed playing there. The pitch suits us. It's a big pitch, so when you play through pressure and a press, then there's lots of space for you to play, and that's something that in my time there we've enjoyed, whether it's been a semi-final or a final. So yeah, but a final's a final, and it's a competition that we obviously missed out on last year. So we're very hungry to look to win this one.
It is one that we missed out on last season. It was interesting that I know he spoke about the build-up. And I don't know if Brendan's been watching the press, but it's not really been the build-up that you would normally get for a Glasgow Derby final. And obviously, because Celtic have been in the Champions League on Tuesday, so you had the early build-up for Celtic being in the Champions League, and then I believe that they played in the Europa on Thursday evening. Will that give Celtic that slight advantage? And will Rangers, the South Koreans, use that as an excuse? Oh, but we played on Thursday and we were brilliant. We got a draw.
I think you're going for your 10th trophy as a Celtic manager. You look at all the experience and trophy wins that you've got within your team. Where is the balance between that stuff helping and leaning on that experience, but also, as you say, this being the next one and being a different challenge?
Yeah, I think I look back on that once I'm finished and once I'm done. I think that people will say about going into these games and the wins at Hampden and everything else, it doesn't really count for much, really, in my own feeling, because just because you've won it doesn't mean you can't turn up and not prepare. So for me, the success that we've had there has all been about the preparation going into the game, the detail in the game, being super focused in on what it is the players need to do within that. And it's also preparing that it's a final, so you don't expect everything to go your way, and that's always been the case in all the finals. There's always something that can go against you. So it's preparing and expecting that. But in the main, it's always about, I feel that going into these games, it's never so much about who we play, it's about how we play. And that's always been a real focus. So going in and playing how we want to, and that has always put us in a really good place.
Callum McGregor was saying the other night that it's always the trophies that you don't win that sticks in his mind. When you talked about last season, does that provide a bit of extra motivation?
Well, we don't have it. So that is something that we didn't take last season. And clearly, I always think as well, it's the first trophy of the season. We've had a brilliant season up until now, and this would be a great way to have something tangible to show for that. So yeah, but you have to earn it, and that's what we're ready for.
Is it about having that tangible success, but also in terms of maybe making a statement or trying to set the tone for the season?
I don't think it's a statement, no. No, I think that, in one-off games, that anything can happen, but you always try to prepare yourself as best you can. We've got other competitions that we're in that we're doing very well in, and we want to continue with that. But as I said, it's the next game, and we want to win our next game, and it's having that sense of perspective on it as well. It's a Celtic Rangers final, which is a great occasion, and it's at Hampden, which is brilliant. But the perspective is that it is the next game, and the next game we want to play well in, and the next game that we want to win.
You had a big win over Rangers earlier on in the season. Are they a slightly different challenge now than they were back then? Just the fact they've got a few players available now that they didn't have.
Players that they didn't have available then. What's happened is we've crashed. We have crashed, and wait a minute, we'll try and get that back. Obviously, Brendan Rodgers talking about the fact that it is a game that who really cares, isn't it? We'll leave it at that. And the fact that YouTube has just had enough, and as soon as they started talking about them. Anyway, we move on, and so let's get your predictions in the and the whole thing has just crashed. Just wait 2 seconds and to then come out of this. Go back into here. That's the thing about doing lives. You do lives, you have so many things that can and may go wrong. Technology. Anyway, give me your score predictions in the chat, in the comments section. Do give me your score predictions, and then we'll read them out in just a second. If the screen is going to come back up, there we go. It's on there. We've got it back up. We do have it back up. There's brilliant. So yeah, give me your score predictions in the comment section. 4-0. Paul Ware's going for 4-0. Let me just go back and see if there's any folks. If you're running around Glasgow, there's a rampant flu going around. Oh, there you go. And Paul Bear was up. He's going for 4-0. Craig Young is going for 3-1 Celtic. Big Des going for 4-0 Celtic. Alistair Laidlaw is going for 3-1 Celtic. James Clark says, morning Baz. He's going for 4-0 Celtic on Sunday. Stephen Johnson is never put a score in. Mr. Quinn's putting 3-1 Celtic. Dave Hislop's going for 5-0 Celtic. Square Sausage Mick is going for 2-1 Celtic. Kevin is going for 2-1 Celtic. Christopher is going for 4-1 Celtic. Stephen Johnson's going for 4-1. A big thumbs up from Stephen Johnson. Where's Danny Cassie? Is he slept in? Yeah, it looks like it. James Daly's going for 3-1 Celtic. Unless Brother Beaton gives Tav a penalty. I think that they will get something tomorrow. They may get something tomorrow. Billy Gray is going for 3-1 Celtic. Brindle G33 is going for 3-1 Celtic. A lot of 3-1s out there. Duncan MacArthur is going for 3-1 also. John is going for 5-1 drubbing. And will it be 5? If Celtic have got their shooting boots on, it could be. I mean, if you're thinking to the last time that we were at Hampden, and what gives me the confidence of going back to Hampden is the way that we dismantled Aberdeen. And it was an annihilation of Aberdeen. I don't think that any of us expected us to play so well against Aberdeen. The fact that we scored 6 goals was unbelievable. Ricky's going for 2-1 Celtic. And Carly said that she never predicts derbies. It's not a derby, Carly, it's a final. Jim is going for 3-1 Celtic. Hope you're good, Carly, anyway. Hope you're good this morning. And Craig says 0-0 at half time and 2-0 full time. And they will win the Moral Cup at half time. They'll be all over their social media going, Rangers doing absolutely fucking brilliant. British Union bastards might be starting a game and that. Like I'm saying. Andrew O'Hare's going for 4-1 Celtic. Celtic Boy 1993 is going for 7 and Sevco 1. The good old 7-1. Oh, Hampden in the sun. It's Celtic 7 and the Sevco 1. And it's going to be raining on Sunday. Don't tell me. Please don't tell me if it's going to be raining, because that's a bad omen. That is a bad omen for when we play them at Hampden if it's raining for me. No, I need to check the weather. Oh my God. Son of a bitch. Hopefully it's not raining during the game. Oh no. Sunday. A light drizzle. Just check. A light drizzle. As long as it's not pissing down. It's never a good omen. It's never a good omen. No negative thoughts, Baz. It's not negative. It's not negative. I'm not there. It's to be overcast but dry. It's just that's it. It's. I'm not in the bus and I'm not going. So just get all those negative thoughts out. It's been raining in Glasgow a week. It's been raining in Glasgow all year. We'll be singing in the rain afterwards. We'll be singing and dancing in the rain. So as long as it's not windy, and then we should be okay. When you look at it, I think that Celtic do have enough firepower. And when you look back to the Aberdeen game at Hampden and the way that we completely dismantled Aberdeen in the first half, and I think that Brendan Rodgers will use that as encouragement for the team and the players. They'll obviously be meeting up today and they'll be heading off to their hotel this afternoon in preparation for the game tomorrow. And they'll be sitting in the hotel. They'll be meeting up in a couple of hours. They'll be having breakfast. All the players will be having breakfast with their family this morning and saying, oh, it's a big game tomorrow, a big game, Charlie. Who's going to turn up? But anyway, I think it's going to be a fantastic game. And hopefully Celtic will come out as well. It's truly shocking to me as an American how much rain Scotland receives. Jason Lee, honestly, it is the wettest country. You would think that Scotland should be a rainforest country, but it's not. It doesn't have the heat. It just rains so much. Especially in the west coast, just is unbelievable. Square Sausage Mix says the Huns have sacrificed a goat and a few chickens and stood on a spider, hoping for rain. Peter Larkin says 3-0 tomorrow. Nico Kuhn is score. Square Sausage Mick, that's an absolute cracker of a comment. Anyway, we'll be back on at 5:45 Celtic part time. No, 4:45. It's 5:45 Spanish time. I will be back on at 4:45 Celtic part time tonight, when we'll get the final results that have the closing score lines for the SPFL today, just to see if there's any difference in the league, and just to come on and just have a banter actually, and see how much we can wind the Sevconians up for the game tomorrow. Remember, if you haven't given to the Just Given page, it is along here on the screen. It's going to be on every single video. Thank you to everyone who has given to the Just Given page so far. We're on a fantastic amount of money, and it goes to a fantastic organisation, the Celtic FC Foundation, the charitable arm of Celtic Football Club, and they do raise money for lots of causes in and around the west of Scotland and further afield. It's absolutely fantastic that we are raising money for the Celtic Foundation on Boxing Day 2025. We will be on for the minimum of 1 hour. We'll be on longer than that because we want to try and raise as much money as we can on the day. And hopefully we'll be able to get it up to maybe even the £2,000 mark. We're sitting at 53% of that already. A big shout out to Tam Mack, Lindsay Greenwood, Craig Young, Big Des, Paul Baird, Peter, Square Sausage, Mick, Sarah, how are you this morning? Jason Lee, Dave Hislop, Kevin Kimmett. I've only got sound, no picture, Baz. You've only got sound, no picture. How could you have sound and no picture? That's on your end then, Kevin. It'll be raining goals tomorrow, says Paul Baird. Jason Lee says, as long as it's not windy, we should be fine. Carly's in the house. Mr. Quinn's in the house. Stephen Johnson. Brindle G333. George is in the house. Morning, Basno, the Celtic fans. And lots of other people. Thank you to everyone who has watched the video this morning. We started off the video talking about the hilarity that is the Orange Order in Glasgow making a complaint about a Hibs banner. Yes, the Orange Order made a complaint about a Hibs banner at Celtic Park, saying that it was who cares anyway, they're obviously feeling it. And on that note, have an absolutely fantastic day wherever you are. Remember, the Just Giving page is right up there, and it needs more of your cash. So get on the Just Giving page and just put in £2. Send. And on that note, have an absolutely fantastic day. Remember, jump on at 5:45 Celtic Park time tonight. We'll get the headlines and the big insights into the game tomorrow, and have a fantastic day wherever you are, Celtic fans all around the world. Let's do this.
Lit. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the Lit. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party.